interwebs, and welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. My name is SkiniMini.
And I'm Pharaoh.
Last episode, we started off the trial, and we got a new prosecutor named Godot who is obsessed with coffee, but he has the snazziest jazz theme, and I just cannot fault him for that. So now we're about to cross-examine Luke Atmey with his banana-haired-looking Pinocchio nose person face.
Yeah, I mean, we don't like him.
No, we don't. Alright, what did you witness, man?
It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. That's when my nemesis, the infamous Master Mask, dancingly descended upon me. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police.
So you didn't get a clear look at the criminal?
My specially made monocle never misses a thing. However, that is limited to things that fall within my own visual range. But of course, that's only natural.
I fail to see why the witness seems so proud of his performance that evening.
Well, sir, old-timer, let me explain. We are not speaking of any ordinary thief, but of the king of thieves, the great Master Mask, my archenemy. That is why my instincts and my years of experience tell me.
Very well, proceed with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, what struck me as odd, let's see, the statement where he said darkness, something about darkness.
Darkness.
Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. Now, what struck me as odd, if you look at the brooch, found in the shadow of Ami Faye's statue, it looks like it was torn off some clothing. So the only explanation would be he had to have been in a fight or something happened for the brooch to come off of Master Mask. So they must have had a fight before. Oh shoot! He must have had a fight before he was knocked out, I should say. So you want to present that brooch here.
Mr. Atmey, could you take a look at this? Could you take a look at this with that special monocle of yours? This belongs to the criminal mastermind, my arch nemesis, Master Mask. It is, in point of fact, Master Mask's brooch. It was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. I wonder how that happened. Elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously, it wasn't glued on well enough. Not quite. It clearly shows signs of having been ripped off a piece of clothing.
Ripped off? Aha!
You can only deduce that the thief struggled with someone that night. That's the only thing I can think of. And there's only one person that was in a position to have a struggle with the thief. The only person that was on security duty that night. You, Detective Atmey. Yuck!
Oh.
Detective Atmey, you must have fought with the thief that night. So, why did you lie in your testimony to the court?
Witness giving false testimony is a serious crime.
I mean, no. Wait just a moment, sir, old-timer.
Don't talk to me like I'm living in some nursing home.
Dear God, he's getting mad.
Yeah.
I just remembered, Your Honor. I was just confused because I've been dealing with so many cases lately.
Oh, bull crap.
A true measure of a man is the amount of work he does. That's what I always say. Coming from a man who's never prosecuted a case in his life.
Nick, you can only handle one case at a time. Isn't that right?
You talk too much.
Witness, so are you now saying that you and the thief fought?
Hold on. That's quite enough, Your Honor.
Excuse me?
Save the big questions for the testimony. That's one of my rules. Indeed, I understand. I, Luke Atmey, agree completely.
Of course you do.
Oh.
Son of a gun. Okay, alright, fight with the thief. What do you have to say now, you punk?
Indeed, it's true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, look at me cannot be so easily discombobulated. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed the weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. A true gentleman fights only with his own fists, but they were not enough. His first blow struck me true. BAM! That's all she wrote.
BAM! So, in the end, you did catch a glimpse of Master Mask?
Correct. It was during his third crime that he struck me from behind. It seems that my memory has become a tad jumbled, so to speak.
Well, that's certainly understandable. I myself always get confused about which testimony goes with which case.
That can't be good.
Yeah, you can't. That's not. Oh, okay. All right.
Well, yeah, we can't do anything about it now.
All right. Let's go ahead and just press on a couple of things. We can't really present anything, but we can press. We want to go to the last statement where he talks about when he got hit. Yeah, we get it. You fight with your own fist, whatever. But his first blow struck true, bam, and that's all she wrote. So there had to be more to it than just that first blow. Obviously, we can tell there was a fight or a struggle. So let's press on that.
Can you tell us a little more about what happened? My opponent was both powerful and vicious. You might say he was powericious. Powericious? It's like a song of Lady Gaga or something.
No.
I assumed the Atmey fighting stance, but a sudden flash of light blinded me. That, of course, was checkmate. My opponent had bested me. What do we do now? Should I ask for more about this?
What, your Atmey fighting style? What is that?
What is this Atmey fighting style? I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret. I really can't say any more.
Boy, you in a court of law, you can't.
But I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall. That way no one can get behind you. That's it? That's the Atmey fighting style?
Well, Mr. Wright, what about that testimony? That actually is very important.
Of course it's important. We've learned Detective's secret technique after all.
Yes, indeed. I'll remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone late at night.
Why the heck is he eyeballing me like that? It's creeping me out.
Now then, witness, we'll go ahead and add that secret information to your official testimony.
I put my back to the wall to fight, but the thief's blow landed upon my third eye.
Now, that doesn't make any sense, because he just told us he was struck from behind. With the...
unless this guy can, like, break through a wall.
I mean, he's not no ghost. I mean, it's a blow to the back of the head, so, I mean, there's no way... he's just not making no sense, so present that mug here.
Detective Atmey, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards. What fun this is, Sir Lawyer. It is truly a pleasure to cross swords with you. No!
Stop it! Get your mind, stop it.
Okay, alright, I'm sorry.
Peevert.
And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet by my armored feet. I believe this is what you said yesterday. And, you know, he's saying something about the door, and he struck him in the head with the door, and... From behind, though. That's the main thing.
From behind, huh?
But just now you testified that he struck you on the forehead. I hardly think you could ever forget where you were hit on the head.
That's for sure.
It seems I've made another mistake.
Look, bro, you can't be making them.
Detective Atmey, that's not the only strange part of your testimony.
What do you mean by that?
For example, the very fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid that they were going to help with security. Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad. That's wrong! Dang, his voice said,
that was
objection. To err is human, to forgive divine. Humans aren't machines. They have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate. And yes, they even make mistakes. So why are we so hard on Gumshoe then?
Yeah.
Hey, hold on! It's not as pretty as that! Really? Then what is it like then? Don't. Always chase a riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules. I apparently have like 50,000 of them. This is it. This might just be a chance to turn things around.
Oh, that's me.
Like, go, Judge!
Yeah, my grandson taught me how to drop some, what does he call it, sick beats. Anyway, sorry. Mr. Wright, what exactly is that you're asserting?
Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that...
Mr. Atmey is no detective, and he's not a fake, but it seems he is mask to mask. I mean, everything's pointing to it, so might as well. Booyah!
The answer is simple. It's all clear to me now. Detective Luke Atmey's true identity is actually Mask to Mask. Yeah!
What?
If we haven't said anything right now, this is the pursuit fame in the game.
Oh, we heard this in the first case.
I can't remember. Regardless, it's okay.
It's alright. It won't compare to the first one for me.
Nope.
Alright, order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
There are too many unnatural parts of Mr. Atmey's story. He says he was hiding at the crime scenes, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then in his last case, he manages to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure. That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction.
Good job.
Ugh. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at a... Oh, please. The explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atmey. The truth is that you are, in fact, Mask to Mask. Yuck!
But Mr. Wright, this photo, it clearly shows mask to mask. This security camera belongs to the Lordly Taylor department store. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it.
He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed as the thief and stole the urn.
So the ace detective is actually an ace thief. Is this true, witness?
The Massimo is pure genius, and so am I. Look at me, ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I'm impressed, Sir Lawyer.
What? Witness, you're admitting it?
Nick, now's your chance.
Yes, time to put that last nail in this guy's coffin.
Oh, it's kind of dark.
Kinda, yeah. Detective Atmey, I didn't get a chance to read. What? What
the
name of God did you... Third degree burns! Third degree burns all over the place! Godot blood number 2. My personal favorite. Ow!
Mr. Godot!
The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I spell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true.
But Mr. Godot, Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and I...
Can somebody help me out, please? I will admit my opponent has spoken a compelling narrative out of the cloth.
I could just imagine Maya's just like poking him like, Nick, you okay?
Oh. But it is, in fact, nothing but a patchwork quilt, Mr. Troit. If this detective really is a thief, then show us a proof of your claim. But it better be as hot, as perfect as the coffee dripping down your face.
Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there with coffee on your face. This court would like to see some decisive proof you have, quickly.
Huh? Oh, the coffee's gone. Oh, yes, of course. What's the big rush?
Are you alright, Nick? I mean, you suffered third-degree burns.
Nope, I'm gonna need surgery after this, Maya. Atmey looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can. Can I really do it? The decisive evidence that proves Mr. Luke Atmey is in fact Master Mask.
Actually, we haven't found it yet.
Yeah. Proof? Of course I've got nothing. Just what I thought. A man has to hold his head up high no matter how bad things get after all.
That sounded familiar.
Didn't it?
Yeah. Anyway.
I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion.
This is no good. I gotta stay on the attack. I'll never get another chance to prove that this guy is a thief.
Don't give up, Nick. Think harder and try again.
It's no good. I'm just not ready yet.
But are you going to just give up and let us lose this?
So, you've come to your senses, have you, Sir Lawyer? Can't think of a counterattack at all.
It seems the cloud of suspicion surrounding this witness has lifted. Mr. Godot, if you have anything further to add, then... What? Who? Who are you?
That doesn't really matter right now, does it?
Mr. Light, what are you doing here?
Nicky boy, the thing you have been looking for. I think I found it.
Oh, you mean that bag?
No, not the bag. What's in the bag? Well?
That's...
The sacred urn! Nick, it's the urn! Oh my gosh, she has long hair. I didn't notice that. I thought it was
I
always
missed it. I was
short.
thinking it's long?
Yeah, it's long. Like, it's not like to her back or anything, but it's like pretty, it's like shoulder length. I thought she had short hair.
Dang, I gotta take a look at that again.
Okay.
Order, you, madam! That urn, where did you find it?
You'll never believe it. It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective, Luke Atmey.
Oh, Tessie, you're the best!
Aww. Oh, why is it covered in splots?
It kind of looks different. Well, blah. Hold on a minute, dear God. Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Atmey? Even you're gonna have a hard time weaseling out of this one.
Don't know.
Pathetic.
Mr. Godot, do you have something you wish to say?
Yes, Your Honor. It simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad.
You're still denying that Mr. Atmey was involved?
Forecasting aspersions at Detective Atmey, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree. Desiree Delight. Is that correct?
Yes. What about it?
How charming. The lengths that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring.
What are you insinuating?
As a wife of the criminal, you could have discovered that stolen urn anywhere. Including the office of the good detective here. Oh yeah, her hair is... okay. Alright. So you found the urn. What does that prove? It certainly doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it.
What? I just brought it here from the detective's office.
Please, man. This town is already filled to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy we have been witness to.
You're wrong. I would never do such a thing.
Mr. Light,
Please, Nicky boy, you've got to help me talk some sense into these people. Aw.
there must be some way. I've got to prove that urn was actually in the Atmey Detective Agency.
Well, we can possibly check for fingerprints on the urn.
I can prove where the urn was by the fingerprints on it.
Fingerprints, eh? Oh, come.
Oh, no. Oh, come now. All right.
No,
Now you're really making me laugh, Sir Lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. May I go on? Good. Now it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I am always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see here. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything.
What about it, Mr. Wright? This witness's fingerprints would not mean nothing anyway.
Nick, what are you going to do now?
I've come too far to turn back now. Atmey must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday. In there, I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. The defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on this urn.
And whose fingerprints will be on the urn? We'll find out in the next episode, you guys.
Ha ha ha! Good one.
Alright, but thank you guys so very much for watching, and I really appreciate all you guys' positive comments. It's really great knowing that you guys are interested in us doing this and adding different voices, because you could be watching so many different LPs, and I really appreciate you guys watching mine, and I just want to bring this LP just to life and make it fun for you guys.
We try.
We try so hard. So hard. But thank you again.
She does. I kind of give like maybe 20%.
No, you give about 50.
Okay, that's something.
Alright, thank you guys so very much for watching, and if no one's told you that they love you today, I do. Bye!
Can I get like 75% at least?
No,
So only 50.
only 50.